This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the 1st day of March in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Minister of State Joe Harmon believes that the opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo needs to be clear on whether he will attend or not attend the meeting with President David Granger next Wednesday. Minister Harmon made a statement last evening in response to the opposition leader's new position that he will only be attending the meeting if an election date is on the agenda. The President's office listed elections preparations and funding for the elections as one of two agenda items. In his statement last evening, the state minister reiterated that the President has always been prepared to meet the opposition leader.
One would expect that under the normal decency and by virtue of democratic behavior, that the leader of the opposition will respond to the President indicating whether he will attend that meeting or not. But not to hear in the media that he has said he's not attending. I trust that since this meeting is going to be held on the 6th of March, that we still have enough time between now and then for the opposition leader to properly be advised by his advisors if in fact he listens to the advice of anybody.
The opposition leader has been pressing for elections to be held in March, saying that his party will not vote along with the government for an extension. The Elections Commission has already made it clear that it would be impossible for elections to take place in this new month. Earlier this week, President Granger dispatched two letters to the Guyana Elections Commission chairman. One of the letters urged the Elections Commission to begin preparations for elections, while the other invited the chairman to have consultations with the President on the elections. And the opposition leader had claimed that the two letters were the same, and he accused the President of fraud. It was an accusation that the government did not take lightly.
But I believe that for the good governance of this country, for the order of this country, that the leader of the opposition should avail himself of sound advice and respond in a manner that is befitting the office of the leader of the opposition, and not to go about running people down, berating them, berating the high office of the President. The President has never descended to that level to describe Mr. Jagdeo or anybody in that way, that he is now seeking to describe the President with disrespect.
President Granger is expected to return to Guyana on Saturday from Cuba. More news coming up in just a moment.
GBTI is your Guyanese bank, a bank that understands every customer's unique needs, opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. At GBTI, we see you for you. Whether you're buying a new home or car, planning your next vacation or retirement, saving for your child's future, or whether you're ready to take that bold step of investing in your dream business idea, we are with you every step of the way. We hear your stories and watch you focus on your dreams as we share your aspirations. We are more than just banking. We are a family. We are part of your community. Our commitment extends way beyond the walls of our branches and is demonstrated every day in the opportunities we provide to our individual and business customers. The support, time, and commitment we give back to communities across Guyana to help improve the lives of our Guyanese families. Because we see Guyana through your eyes.
Hello, baby. Yeah.
It's knocked away from Young Huang.
Yo, why you gotta get away from the credit, buddy? I recommend that you from blah blah. You actually gain, but it's not you that buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back because she money for 5. Fab 5?
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5? Yours.
As a luxury mechanic, I'm often asked, what gas should I use in my expensive vehicle? In other countries, you have regular and mid-grade gasoline known as 87, 89. and premium gasoline known as octane 93 to 95. For affordable, high-quality fuel, performance and high mileage, visit Guy Oil today. Choose Guy Oil Super 95. Guy Oil, we are everywhere.
Welcome back. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry is hoping that there could be a speedy resolution to the political stalemate in the country. Vice President of the Chamber, Nicholas Dagu, told reporters this afternoon that the Chamber remains concerned about the impact that the political situation could have on the business community and investment. The Chamber, he said, wants to see a speedy resolution.
But let's look at it. There's a number of opinions in the newspapers from far more learned people than myself in terms of what a resolution could be. And still there's a spectrum in terms of resolution. So for me, like I said, I stick to what the Chamber said, and we said that a quick resolution. A quick resolution has a number of meanings, according to who you ask. I just would hope for it to be resolved quickly because, like I said, you could see the slowdown in investment and spending.
President David Granger has invited opposition leader Barra Jagdeo to a meeting next Wednesday for the two to discuss preparations for elections, funding for the elections, and constitutional requirements. The opposition leader has turned down the meeting and has said he will only attend the meeting if it will address the date for the elections. The Georgetown Chamber Vice President said he wants the politicians to focus on solutions while he focuses on business.
But the opposition leader and the president, like I said, they're in their industry, right? They're going to behave according to the dictates of their industry. I expect in my industry of business, I have to behave according to the dictate of my industry, which is I want more funds coming into my country, and I intend to do as much things like trade missions, networking events, information seminars to get my people, Guyanese, more business in this industry.
The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce is currently getting ready to attend a major oil and gas forum to take place in a few months in Houston, Texas. That forum will bring together business groups and governmental agencies from across the globe. The Chamber will be attending the forum along with the Guyana Office for Investment and the Department of Energy. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce is hoping that its members will take up the opportunity to be part of the official Guyana delegation. A special meeting of the Guyana Elections Commission to examine its work plan ended abruptly yesterday after the opposition-nominated commissioners walked out of the meeting. The walkout was reportedly prompted by government-nominated Commissioner Vincent Alexander telling the commission that a work plan in preparations for elections should also include house-to-house registration. The opposition has been saying that it is not supportive of house-to-house registration at this time, while the government maintains that the process has already been budgeted for and therefore needs to move ahead as a way of cleansing the voters' list. The walkout by the opposition-nominated commissioners came moments after the opposition leader Barra Jagdeo indicated that he will only meet with the president if the issue is specific to an election date. Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman has announced that the Guyana-Georgian Mines Commission has been tasked with conducting a full investigation of the operations of the Russian-owned Rusal Bauxite Company. The move comes in wake of the company's refusal to hire 61 workers who it sacked over a one-day strike action. The workers have also raised several other grievances with the government and their union. The government has called the company unreasonable for its position not to rehire the dismissed workers, saying that the labor laws were being flouted. Today, Minister Trotman said the company could face closure as it threatens to fire more workers and scale down its operations in Guyana. 2 weeks ago, the 61 workers were dismissed from the company after they began a strike action against a 1% increase in their salaries. The government has demanded that the workers be rehired. The company has been slow to meet that demand. Some tragic news to report right now. An early morning fire at Nunparel on the east coast of Demerara has left a 65-year-old woman dead. Investigators have reported that an alarm about the fire was raised just before 1 o'clock this morning. Fire tenders responded from the Mahika Fire Station and were able to contain the blaze to the two-story building. However, when the fire was fully extinguished, the charred remains of the elderly woman were found. She has been identified as Ruv Nahasian. It is suspected that the cause of the fire may be electrical, but an investigation is underway. Family members said the electricity supply was recently reconnected to the building. In the courts now, former police prosecutor Kerry Bostwick was back in the courtroom today, but as an accused person in a fraud case. Bostwick is accused of collecting money from 3 persons in order to have a gun matter dismissed in the court. The former prosecutor appeared before Magistrate Lerone Daly to answer the charges. He had a battery of lawyers at his side as he denied the charges of accepting the sum of $100,000 from Talicia Odell by falsely pretending that he was in a position to have an illegal gun charge against Tyrone Kennedy dropped. The court was also told that during the month of January 2017 at the Georgetown Magistrates Court, the accused also allegedly obtained a sum of $100,000 from Oxcarain Hardy by falsely pretending that he was in a position to grant the freedom of Tyrone Kennedy, who was charged for having an illegal gun. It was noted also that in the month of December 2016, Bostwick allegedly collected another $100,000 cash from Maureen Cali at the Georgetown Magistrates Court by falsely pretending that he was in the position to also dismiss the charge against Tyrone Kennedy. Bostwick's attorney Hugh Anderson told the court that his client does not have any pending matter before any other court and has never had any issue with the law. He requested that bail be granted. The magistrate granted bail in the sum of $150,000 and ordered the accused to return to court later this month for the continuation of the case. Across the Region is coming up next.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Nobody on the post there. Going to do costly. Yes, it is. But I'm not saying just get a header. Oh, no, that's some save, isn't it?
Let's Bet Sports. Take your game to a whole new level. You decide. Your game. Your bet type. Your bet amount. Guyana Lottery Companies. Let's Bet Sports. Be part of the game.
Get ready to ride it. Ride it. Ready to ride it. Ride it. Ride it. Ride it. Ride it. Ride the wave. Open up the new vibe. Drink up the boldness inside. Radical and fresh and wild. Catch the wave now. Ride bold, ride fresh, ride strong. Come on, ride the wave. Taste the action, satisfaction, perfection. Wave, 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 wave.
Ride the new wave of excitement sweeping Guyana. Wave Pale Ale, a premium, full-bodied, strong and refreshing alcoholic brew, crafted to perfection for a bold, young, radical you. Don't settle for anything less. Catch a Wave Pale Ale and ride it today.
Wave Pale Ale.
Crafted to perfection.
Across the region right now, the financially strapped regional airline Liat today said it would continue to operate across the region and has sought to reassure passengers that it would continue to operate in a safe and efficient manner. The airline's chief executive officer, Mrs. Julie Rayford-Jones, responding to reports that the airline is facing severe financial problems and could possibly be grounded in the coming days, said that while the Antigua-based airline is in a challenging financial position, it has continued flying throughout the region with support from its principal shareholders. The major shareholders are the governments of Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Dominica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Earlier this week, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown said shareholder governments would need to do what is necessary in order to save the financially strapped regional carrier Liat. Mrs. Rayford-Jones, the CEO, said the airline has also been operating to destinations where there has been no support from governments and authorities to ensure that critical connectivity remains. Over in St. Lucia, the government of St. Lucia says it is moving to abolish the use of corporal punishment in schools. In a statement, the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Gender Relations and Sustainable Development said it has suspended and will eventually abolish corporal punishment in schools, in keeping with the many international conventions that the island is a signatory to. Chief Education Officer Rufina Charles said that while the Education Act had no stated policy for the abolition of corporal punishment, it did contain structures in the Act that stipulated how corporal punishment should be administered. Charles, however, stated that the department must ensure that the mandates stipulated in the conventions, which includes protection of children, are achieved. And finally tonight, international news. Thousands in Algeria have taken to the streets, angry at 81-year-old President Abdelaziz Bouteflika's plan to seek a fifth term in office. Police fired tear gas at protesters in the capital. Anti-government protests are rare in Algeria, but several broke out after Bouteflika confirmed his candidacy for a fifth term. He has rarely been seen in public since suffering a stroke in 2013 and is currently undergoing medical checks in Switzerland. As they marched through the streets of the capital today, some demonstrators carried banners saying "Leave means leave." Others stressed their intentions were peaceful. And that's your evening news bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.